Alright, we're going to take a look at completing the square. Alright, so go ahead and make a tab, title it Completing the Square. Alright, so first thing, if A is not equal to 1, divide everything by A. And I'm just going to label what A, B, and C is just so that you know what I'm talking about when I respond to that. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we had 4x squared minus 6x minus 1. A is the coefficient with x squared. Don't forget the symbol. B is the coefficient with x, and C is the coefficient without a variable. Do not forget the symbol. So that's what I mean. So A is not 1 here, so you divide everything by that, which in this case is 4. So now you rewrite it. You're going to get x squared minus 3 over 2, because you're going to simplify that. X minus 1/4. Alright, so step 2, this is now the question. Label it A, B, and C again. The coefficients, don't forget the signs. This is a listening check. Go ahead and underline the title, Completing the Square. Alright, so again, A is invisible 1, B is negative 3 over 2, and C is negative 1/4. Alright, so skip a line and then write this, parentheses, x, and then leave a little space, and then squared outside, plus whatever your C is. In this case, it's negative 1/4. So let's skip a line and then write that. And my C is negative 1/4, so that's what I'm putting there. Number 4, take half of B and put it inside that parentheses. Put it here. So half of B. What is half of negative 3 over 2? So 3 over 2 divided by 2. So we can write that over as 3 over 2 divided by 2 over 1, and then keep, change, flip, or sandwich, and you're going to get 3 over 4. Number 5, on the skip line, rewrite the line above it, leaving space between the x term and the numbers. So on the skip line, rewrite the line above it, leaving space between the x term and the numbers. So the line above it says x squared minus 3 over 2x, and then leave space between that and the number. So x squared minus 3 over 2x, leave some space, and then negative 1 over 4. Alright, number 6, in that space, add b over 2 all squared, b divided by 2 all squared, and also subtract b over 2 all squared. The reason we do this is when you add something and subtract it, we haven't really changed anything, but I'm going to use my addition to do something. So we're going to square b over 2. We already know b over 2 is negative 3 over 4, so square that. That's going to be positive 9 over 16. So you're going to add it and subtract it. Number 7, the first 3 terms are the parentheses squared underneath it. So all that's missing is to subtract b over 2 squared. So let's take a look at it. So those first 3 terms are that whole parentheses squared. And then if you can see, we've got negative 1/4 on both lines. The only thing missing is that negative 9 over 16, or in other words, the b over 2 squared. This is a listening check. Color in negative 9 over 16. So we're going to put that in there. So number 8, combine the numbers outside the parentheses squared and simplify. So combining them, they need to have the same denominators. So we're going to make that 16, so multiply top and bottom by 4. So now we have negative 4 minus 9, which is negative 13 over 16. And then final step, solve the equation if it has an equal sign. So this one doesn't have an equal sign, so we're done. That's how you complete the square. Alright, let's take a look at another example. So 3x squared plus 7x minus 1. Again, if a is not equal to 1, divide by a. So a is 3 in this case, so we're going to divide everything by 3. Rewrite it, that's my new term, so that's going to be x squared plus 7 over 3x minus 1/3. Alright, label ABC, so A, B, C, don't forget the signs. Alright, skip a line and write the parentheses squared and C outside, I just did. Then take half of B, so that's 7 over 3 divided by 2, which is 7 over 3 times 1/2, which is 7 over 6. And that's what you put in there, so 7 over 6. Then it says rewrite on the skip line, rewrite the line above it, leaving space between the x term and the variable. So x squared plus 7 over 3x, leave space, and then negative 1/3. And in that space, we're going to add b over 2 squared and also subtract it. So we already have b over 2, and squaring that would be 49 over 36, adding it and subtracting it. Alright, the first three terms are the parentheses, so the first three terms are that. And then you can see I have the negative 1/3, so all that's missing is that subtract the 49 over 36. Alright, combine the numbers outside the parentheses and simplify. So let's make the denominators the same. So we're going to multiply top and bottom of the negative 1/3 by 12. And I'm going to get negative 12 minus 49, which is going to give me negative 61 over 36. And I can't simplify that anymore, so I'm done. Alright, let's take a look at one final example. Again, label A, B, C, D. If A is not equal to 1, divide everything by A. So I do need to divide everything by 2. So my new equation is going to be x squared plus 4x minus 5 over 2 equals 0. Alright, then label A, B, C. So A, B, and C. Don't forget the signs. Skip a line and write the parentheses squared plus C. So squared, the C is what? Negative 5 over 2 equals 0. Take half of B and put it here. So half of B is what? 2, positive 2, so plus 2. Alright, then on the line above it, rewrite it, leaving a space after the variable. So that's going to be x squared plus 4x, leave a space, and then negative 5 over 2 equals 0. And in that space, you're going to add b over 2 squared and subtract it. So 2 squared is 4, and then subtract 4. Okay. Then look in, the only thing missing on that bottom, on that last line is the subtract b over 2 squared. So I'm going to fit it in here, and I should have left a little more space, but negative 4. Because the first three things are the parentheses. Alright, then let's solve this. So combine that, so make the denominators the same, so multiply top and bottom by 2. So you're going to have negative 5 minus negative 8, which is going to give me negative 13 over 2 equals 0. And let's solve this. So let's take the negative 13 over 2 to the other side, so that's positive 13 over 2. Let's square root both sides, so that's plus or minus square root of 13 over 2. Take 2 to the other side, so that's minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 13 over 2. And that's what x is. So that's it. That's how you complete the square. It's really, really, really simple. You just need to practice. So let's practice.